Yeah, so this FOCAC meeting is the real gathering after 6 years because the last one in Dakar was partially online virtual. And then after the 6 years, actually the world experienced a lot of changes, including the COVID, the geopolitical tension, and now these economic challenges. And additional, before 2020, actually the China-Africa cooperation, they have quite similar pattern. So large infrastructure and very rapid industrialization. But after these 6 years, then people really need to reflect on the old model because the old approach it's no longer suitable for this new situation. And also with emerging sectors like renewable energy and digital economy, people can find new directions. So I think and China, Africa is now more go beyond the geographic limit, but actually be a part of this South-South cooperation. So how they really situate their cooperation principles into this global South idea of or vision of new world, that will be maybe the most important part of this FOCAC. And with you. But when we work with you as a country, we will just focus on development. Yeah, it means political and economically, we both just work towards a more peaceful and also growing unity. Actually, in that way, it's a win-win. So not only African grows, China also grows. So we do not just give aid, give them as a help. So that's why we also don't feel like a lecturer. But are just partners with you. While you are developing, we are also benefiting from it.
For instance, China now leads in many aspects, like in new and emerging technologies, and so cars, batteries for cars, solar panels, and so on and so forth. And Africa is a continent that is energy hungry, also keen not necessarily to transition, but at least to build new energy infrastructure on renewable technology, which China can provide. So that could be one area where both sides can actually achieve very tangible results. Whenever there's a high-level engagement from China to the continent, or even an African leader visiting China, you will always find that the African side commits to upholding the one China principle. And I'm very convinced that that is perhaps the most important thing on China's wish list, if there is such of course, there is a wish list. But if there, at the same time, African countries lack leverage against China. In some people like to think, oh, we can use the US to balance China. No, you cannot. That's a privilege very few countries can, using one major part to balance the other. India is in that position for